Hi friends! All right, it's February. January low spend is gone. Time to start a new month. All right, so how did I do? I did pretty good. Always room for improvement, but I did do pretty well. I had budgeted myself $100 for restaurant meals and eating out. And I pretty much stuck to that. I did go $7.72 over. Last time I went out to eat, the gratuity was already included in the check, so I didn't have much control over that, but I give a decent tip usually. But anyway, so I pretty much stuck to my budget on that. On food last month, I did buy some produce, not that much, and what I did buy, I used everything up. I still have a cabbage left and a big radish, forget what you call them. But anyway, they're still good, so I'm going to use those up. And I spent $51.08 for the whole month of January on any food. I did spend $60 on the dogs, and that was for their food and dog treats. I give them those cleansing dog treats a couple times a day to keep their teeth clean. So that's going to pretty much be the standard for the dogs. The dog food, it's a big, huge 40-pound bag that I get at Costco, and that is about $30. So, and the treats, they're like the Nylabones, you know. So those I buy 2 different kinds, and they're not real cheap, but I break them in half because there's, of course, 3 dogs. So they each get half of one. And that lasts a little over a month, and so does the dog food. But I'm just going to say $60 a month on the dogs. And then I had budgeted in that I could spend $20 on whatever I wanted. So I did spend $20.12 at the Dollar Tree. And I forget what I got there. But anyway, I only went 12 cents over budget with that. So all in all, I think I did pretty well. And then I've had shelving hanging around the house that I bought for quite a while. And it's hard for me to hang it because of my limitations in my shoulders with my neck problems. So I've been putting off having anybody come over and hang them for me, but the fella that does all my handyman work around here just happened to be at my neighbor's house because she uses him too, and he's actually the son-in-law of a very good friend of mine. So he just happened to be over next door, and I asked him if he could come by sometime and hang the shelves for me. And he hung, it was 4 shelves in the basement, and he hung 2 shelves up in my craft room that have been floating around. Like I said, I've had these shelves for a long time, and it's always been my intention to have somebody hang them for me, but I never got around to it. So anyway, he said, yeah, I can come over right now. Well, I wasn't about to pass that up. So that was $75, and I feel that was well spent $75. So, and then I did need some medication, and I got that through Blink. It's the first time I've used that, and it's actually for reflux, and the same medication, if I were to buy it just straight. Now, I do have Medicare Part D, which is pretty useless in my opinion, but you know, they have that tier thing that goes on, so, and they do have a little bit of a copay for medication, but it's really not a very good plan. So I think normally the medication, what was it? Last time I went to order, it was $30, and I went through GoodRx at that time, and that was way cheaper. But the Blink, it only cost $6.48, and they sent it to me through the mail, and it was for a 3-month supply. So I thought that was a good deal compared to just going with my Part D Medicare medication coverage. So if you're on Medicare, you might want to check that out. It's called Blink, B-L-I-N-K, and they have all sorts of prescriptions. It's regular prescriptions, and they'll send information to your doctor, and then your doctor sends them the script, and then they fill it through the mail, and it was really easy peasy. So I don't have to worry about that for a good another 3 months or more. So all total, other than my bills, I spent $320.40. Now for me, that's darn good, because I spend anywhere from $500 to $800 just on stuff besides my bills, and I haven't done that in quite a while. But the 320, I thought I did real well. If I hadn't had the shelving put up, it would have been $250-ish. So anyway, that's how I did for my low spend January, and I'm happy with that. But in February, I am going to cut back even more. And my goal for February is I want to try and stay like in the $250 range. And that's for groceries and any other incidentals that I might need if I need dog food again, or I'm sticking to my $100 budget for eating out. I don't know if I will spend that much. I'm not sure. I do have one birthday in the month that I'm sure, you know, we'll go out. And what else? But other than that, unless it's getting together with a friend or a family member, and it's not high-end restaurants. So I do enjoy doing that for entertainment, and sometimes that's the only way I get to see my kids. We meet at a restaurant, and that's fun. So I don't want to cut that out entirely. I don't know if I'll spend another $20 for just play money. I may not. We'll see. And what else? Food. I still don't need much food. I do need fresh produce coming up here shortly, so I will stock up on some of that. But I'm keeping a very tight belt with the groceries until I get some of my stash, my freezer stash, used up. Now my pantry stash, that's more long-term, so that's not a big problem, but as you know, freezer food does go bad too. You know, it loses its quality and it loses its taste. So I would like to at least get that cut in half so that I don't have so much frozen food anymore, so that I have more room to freeze leftovers to make more Franken meals. And for those of you that are new here, if you don't know what my Franken meals are, they're when I take my leftovers and I create new meals out of bits and parts of my leftovers. That way I don't get tired of it, and they get used up because it's food. I mean, there's no point to throwing it away. So if you're not going to eat your leftovers, try freezing them. The worst thing that'll happen is it doesn't taste good frozen. That's happened to me before, and you would have thrown them away anyway, but at least you can try and see if you can't make something else out of it. So I really enjoy doing that. It's very creative for me, and you save a lot of money. And I usually save my leftovers in single serve little plastic boxes, or I use baggies and just squeeze the air out so that I can stack them up. So that's what I want to do. And I want to use my freezer meals sooner than I have been, because sometimes they get lost in there. So once a month, I at least want to go through my freezer stash and see what's in there and be mindful of that so that I can go and shop for things that I truly need and not just things that I think I need. So that's sort of the plan for February. And I wanted to tell you too, this was a big fail. I'd been thinking about, should I cut my cable? Should I switch my cable? Because like everything else, it keeps going up. And I do like to watch TV at night. I sit down around 8:30, and I'm done for the day. And then I just like to watch some mindless TV or, whatever's on. And I record everything. I don't like to watch live TV. I don't enjoy commercials. So for me, I have to have something that I can zip through the commercials because they repeat them ad nauseum, and I don't need to see what else I need to buy, or you need this, you want this. I don't need to see that. So I like forwarding through my commercials. So I had thought about getting YouTube TV, and then I thought, well, I wasn't sure. So I ended up getting Dish, and I had had DirecTV before that. I had had a bundle with DirecTV and AT&T, and they both went up, of course. Started out, AT&T for the internet started out, I think, at like 29 something, and it was up to 69. So, and it really wasn't even that great a speed. So, and the DirecTV was like 90, and it was up to 130. And I don't have like movie channels and all that. I just have the, not the basic, but the basic and a few extra channels that I enjoy watching. So anyway, I called DirecTV and I canceled. I decided I was going to go with Dish because we're very limited here where I live in the choices we have. So it's either Dish, DirecTV, or Cox. So I decided I was going to go with Dish. I had had them in the past and they were okay. Well, the minute I unbundled with AT&T, the bill went up to $119 from $69. And this was within, a week. It wasn't even like the next bill. It was the same January's bill. And so I called and it's like, well, what's with this $119? And they said, well, it's because you're not bundled anymore. So anyway, I said, well, okay, prorate the bill because I'm cutting it off now and I'm going with Cox Internet. So prorate the bill. I wanted to tell them I was stopping. Oh, no, we don't do that. You have to pay for the whole month. And there were still like 2 weeks left. It's like, are you kidding me? I have to pay for a service that I'm not even going to receive. If I would have known that, I would have waited. But anyway, make a long story short, it ended up costing me $119 more than what I had originally planned. So I don't know. Anyway, now I'm stuck in a 2-year contract with Dish because I've been having problems with them. My one TV upstairs keeps cutting out, keeps saying the broadband is disconnected or whatever. And then eventually it comes back on, so it's off and on and off and on. It's really annoying. I already called once and yeah, okay, we fixed it. Well, it's still not fixed. So anyway, I'm not going to ramble on anymore about that. So if you decide to change internet providers and your TV, then be careful, because it ended up costing me more than what it should have. And I'm not very happy. And if I hadn't had this 2-year contract now, I would totally cut the cable and just go either with YouTube TV. I have Netflix, I have Hulu, so it's a little bit overkill. But right now I'm kind of stuck, because in their contract, if you get off of the contract early, they make you pay for the extra months that you're no longer subscribed to them. So what a racket, really. This is just, it's a racket. It really, really is. So anyway, I just wanted to warn you about that. I told you about my plans for February's low spend. I fully intend to keep going on this, and I'm going to try and do a whole year of low spend. My one bill for my eyes, that was $4,000. I have that down to a little bit over $500 now, so that'll be paid off in a couple months. And then I have a couple of other credit cards that I need to get paid off. And the worst one is Amazon. And it's Amazon. So, and I've said it before, Amazon's my nemesis. It's just so easy to put it in the cart and get it the next day. It's like Christmas. You know, every day is like Christmas whenever you get an Amazon package. It's like you run to the mailbox, or is it here yet? Is it here yet? It's craziness. Anyway, that's my update for January and my plans for February. And I really don't have much else going on. So I hope everybody's well. Go have some fun. Enjoy your life. I love you guys. I wish you abundant blessings, and I'll see you next time.